cheer. Big doings going on, so let's get started.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Earful. I am your host, Kate, and yet again, accompanying me to my left is my husband, my confidant, my best friend, my love of my life, the apple of my eye.
What is happening?
Patrick.
What's going on? Am I dying?
Happy Father's Day.
Oh my God, I thought I was dying. Okay. Wow. All right.
I'm sending out a tribute to you on this Father's Day, and yes, you're dying.
Oh dear. Well, that's
Sorry,
a good turn.
I wanted to get that out first and then pepper it with the good and the bad.
You did not pepper at all. You just went out and said it.
But you're not crying.
No, you're
so
right.
It worked.
I feel good.
Yay. So we are back with another episode of Earful, and what to talk about right away. First of all, really exciting news. Last week we mentioned that we were also featured on iTunes. We were originally hosted with Podbean, then we were put on iTunes. Now, basically, you can find us everywhere. We submitted our show.
We're everywhere.
What's that from?
Never mind. Go on.
Okay. You can listen to us on most podcast apps, to name a few. Stitcher, Spreaker, Google Play, Spotify, Podcast Addict.
That's me.
Acast. I mean, I submitted to anything I could think of. So if you are not able to hear this... And I didn't.
Let us know.
Let us know if you're currently not listening to this episode right now, and I will submit our show to your podcast directory because there's a lot out there I'm not aware of.
Sure.
I've never heard of before, but like you said, you're not an Apple person.
No.
You would not have iTunes.
I wouldn't.
Although
Well, I have it on my
I
computer.
hesitate to say iTunes because they're pushing this whole Apple podcast because iTunes is going away.
Which is very sad.
I know.
What do I do with all my gift cards?
I would assume they roll over.
Oh.
They do tricks.
Like a puppy?
Yes, that's it. Good card. So we did that this week. We also figured out
that, and
I
that
did
is
that,
done.
and that is done. That's from Zootopia. Good job.
Thank you. Yeah, Disney.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Money. Ching ching. Give us some money for advertising Disney. We checked out where the bulk of our listeners were from this week on Podbean. Because we now have access to see where people are listening in. We don't have the worldwide information quite yet, but we do have national information. It turns out that most of our listeners are from, drumroll please, Ohio.
Ohio. O-H-I-O.
Very good.
Yeah.
You can spell.
It's the cheer from the Buckeyes.
Oh, yeah. It's not a very long cheer.
No, it's just a very small state.
But thank you, Buckeyes, for listening in. We also figured out two of our followers on Podbean, because we don't see your names unless you actually create a profile, and most of our listeners do not create the full profile. We only see the alphanumeric username. We did find out that Krista C. and Megan L. are two of our followers on Podbean. We asked this week, based off of our last episode, if you could pick a new country for the World Showcase in Epcot, what would it be? And we had one person answer. So Emily C. said, she went along with you and said Wakanda.
Wakanda.
She also said Greece.
Yeah. Well, no, Greece would be really good.
That would be really
cool.
cool.
The food alone would be worth it.
And just think you could do so much with like the classic white buildings and the blue roofs. And
sure.
I think it'd be gorgeous.
Old tribute to all the gods.
What else would you like to see there besides Wakanda and Greece? A real place.
Well, I will first of all say, ouch, because Wakanda is real. I don't know. I think that's tough. I just think there's a lot of different cultures and a lot of different places that could be represented really, really well. I'd love to see an Antarctica land.
Interesting. They could move Olaf from Norway over to Antarctica.
No, they can't do that, but they could put a whole poop load of penguins in one place and just be like, it's Antarctica. Meh.
And that would be fine because I love penguins.
You do?
I do love penguins.
No, that's a really good question. I don't know. I mean, there's been a lot over the years that's been kicked around.
How about Quebec?
They do have Canada, so no.
I just want to add on to Canada. I don't want a new space. I just want to add Quebec.
Why Quebec?
Oh, I just think that the accents are really fun.
Canada.
Oh my God, that's one of our guilty pleasures in the entirety of Disney World is the Canada Vision in 3D.
With Marty Short.
No, it's Circle Vision. That's what it is.
Circle what now?
Circle Vision, because you can see it in the round.
Correct.
And we love that theme song. Canada. And then it's all like in French. Tout le monde doit vous.
Oh, please, you're going to offend somebody. Somebody will not be happy with what you just called them.
Canada.
All right. Well, so I don't know. That is a good question. I really don't know what else. What other
I
countries
just
there would be.
discovered our next episode.
Oh, what's that?
Our favorite guilty pleasures at Disney.
Oh, there's tons.
Because we have so many, and they're not things that are popular.
Or appropriate to talk about.
Like, I know our number one. It's our theme song.
Oh, yeah.
Carousel Progress.
Yeah, but there's a whole other reason we really shouldn't talk about why we like that
Or should
ride.
we? I think we should.
All right.
Episode number 4. I'll think of a title later, but that'll be an episode at some point.
Well, and let me just point out how enjoyable your titles are for these episodes.
Well, thank you. I am trying to go with a shtick.
We never talk about it, but you have bar tours.
I was hoping that people would just figure out that I'm doing a play on words of rides and attractions as we went.
Okay, so just like everything else in this podcast, that whole bit that I just said will be cut.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Everything will be cut of yours. Don't limit yourself.
Okay, thank you.
The first one was Bite of Passage, named after the Flight of Passage ride. The second one was Expedition Breakfast instead of Expedition Everest.
Yeah, I don't think you need to.
Well, I'm just saying.
I think we got it.
I mean, you just caught on, so I just want to clarify.
And what are bar tours?
Star Tours.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I'm going to get to a point where I'm going to run out of things.
No.
Then I'm going to have to turn to our listeners.
And that's when I'm out.
Krista C. and Emily C. and Megan L. And whoever else would like to identify themselves, you may come forward now and help us pick new episode titles. Let's get to the news.
This is the Global Broadcasting Service, serving remote outposts since 1928.
In the parks, we have a brand new fast passable attraction at Animal Kingdom.
Fast passable,
brand new. It's called the Animation Experience at Conservation Station. And this experience is going to give guests the opportunity to learn more about how live animals have inspired some of Disney's most iconic characters. And in addition to that, if you do this experience, you'll have a chance to create a personalized piece of Disney art featuring several characters from The Lion King through an instructor-led animation class.
Oh, I hope it's Kevin John. I hope Kevin John's there.
Ooh, I don't know. We know a Disney, he's not an animator, but he's a Disney artist. And you'll find his work in the parks. You can find a lot of it at Disney Springs, and he gets commissions to do new things all the time.
Yeah, and he's actually from Erie.
I don't think he'll be the one leading the class.
Well, I'm reach out and find out.
But that would be cool. And it says
love his stuff.
Their guests are encouraged to go back several times because every time it could be something different.
Sure, yeah.
So this will be at the Conservation Station, which is where Rafiki's Planet Watch currently is, which I don't think you've ever been to Rafiki's Planet Watch.
That's not a food place, is it?
No, this is where you take the train to this location. It's in the back of Animal Kingdom. You couldn't go because you had to take a student back on our most recent trip who was sick, and I went. Yeah. It's basically like a petting zoo, and in my maybe not so popular opinion, I would have been okay with seeing this land go away in favor of something completely different. But apparently that's not happening. They're just adding on to this land.
So the only way to get to it is through the train.
It's a small, and it goes sideways. You sit and the train goes sideways. Like you're facing out.
No, I definitely have not seen this.
We'll do this, and we'll have beer this time.
Okay, all right.
It's way more enjoyable with beer.
We'll report back.
Yes. In the world of experiences and shows, did you know that now you can get married in front of the Tree of Life at Animal Kingdom?
And again, you might want a beer for it.
Again, these are all things that you may require a beer for. This looks gorgeous. I'm gonna turn my laptop around and show you.
Everybody look.
This picture of the Tree of Life lit up at night.
What was that? What was that before?
just an open space. It's just where people walk, but they have pews set up. They have lights. They have flowers. It looks stunning. And I mean, this would be something that it's a one-of-a-kind experience to be able to get married in front of the Tree of Life. In addition to this location, 2 new venues have been added to the Disney wedding portfolio. The Pine Forest on the shores of the Seven Seas Lagoon at Fort Wilderness. And also, this is pretty cool, the Chinese Theater in Disney's Hollywood Studios.
But that's no longer there.
The Chinese Theater is.
Is
the
it?
ride is not.
But I thought the theater went away because they were talking about all the handprints out front that they've taken down too.
That may be, but the theater facade is still there.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can get married there, Seven Seas, or Tree of Life. Or if you want to have a vow renewal, you can do that too. Not a bowel renewal.
Why are you looking at me with both of those?
I looked right at you for the second one. Bowel renewal. Hey, this is right up your alley.
Oh, boy.
You can now reserve tea times at mini golf.
That is kind of sad to me.
Why is that sad?
Because mini golf should not require tea times.
Well, but think about everything
Unless
else.
they're going to announce me on the tee. Now from Erie, Pennsylvania, Patrick.
Because of your magic band?
Yes. Now that would be cool.
With gaze tracking.
And if you haven't listened to the prior episode, that's really confusing.
And mood sensing. That's what I want, is I want you to get up to the tee and have them be like, man, he seems really anxious right now on T3.
No, I just want them to be like, oh, here comes Patrick. Wah, wah.
Oh, he's in a bad mood today. He's going to miss this shot for sure.
Oh, dear.
We've never done mini golf. Maybe we'll do mini golf this time.
It seems like such a waste
We
of
have a free
money.
voucher.
Oh, and then there it is.
It's settled.
Now we're doing it.
Screw you, we're playing mini golf. Coming back to Epcot this summer is Guardians of the Galaxy Awesome Mix. This was a stage show that was available last year, and it's coming back from June 14th to August 18th. And this is, like I said, it's a stage show. It's a live concert featuring music from the films of Guardians of the Galaxy. An alien band plays from Xandar, and you'll listen to tunes from the 70s and 80s. Along with that, I have to pull this up to show you, because this was something in the Disney news realm that people were kind of going, oh my God, I can't believe that's what it looks like. It also has some fun food that you can buy at the Liberty Inn, which is right across from where this is being performed around the World Showcase. Let me pull this up. Okay, I want your first thoughts on, there is a picture of a pulled pork sandwich in the corner. Just give me your first thoughts, and I want you to explain to our audience what you're looking at.
Okay. Oh, wow. All right, what I'm looking at is a pulled pork sandwich. Do you ever see the episode of SpongeBob where they go completely bad, like the food goes bad, and it's like the buns are all like rainbow colors? That's what I'm looking at.
That's the most diabolical Krabby Patty ever spawned.
I call it the Nasty Patty.
So the pulled pork itself looks great, and there's fries with it, but then the bun is a combination
It looks like Pride Month.
It looks like it's blue, green, a little bit of yellow. It looks a little moldy.
Yeah. Looks like a bad Krabby Patty.
So this was all over Disney Twitter this week. Like, people were going,
Am I allowed to say Krabby Patty and SpongeBob?
Yeah.
All right.
We're not, until we get, the official stamp of approval from Bob Disney, we can say whatever we want.
All right. Now, before we go any further with this, you kind of jumped over this, and I kind of want to pull it back a little bit.
Okay, pull it back.
You talked about the Guardians of the Galaxy's awesome mix. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be featuring dances and songs and music. Do you have something up your sleeve this travel time for the dance-off?
Oh, boy. I didn't think about that.
You need to start thinking about that.
Okay, so he's referring to the time, and again, I hope I'm not confusing my times. I don't think there was beer involved this time. You could meet Star-Lord and Baby
At
Groot.
Hollywood Studios.
And I believe that's now since been retired, because now you can meet Sully and Mike Wazowski. So anyway, the one time we met him, I happened to challenge him to a dance-off, and he absolutely danced with me. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say who won. I don't want to embarrass him. But
if he's listening.
If he's
in Ohio and listening.
Yes. I didn't know Star-Lord was from Ohio. Well, no, he was from Terra. He was from Earth, so...
Thanks. That clears that up.
He could be from Ohio. So I don't know how much he interacts with the audience in the show. Maybe he does. Maybe he pulls people up on stage. I have no idea. I would assume, because of his whole dance-off persona.
Is that a persona?
Is that a persona? It's a thing.
No. I think I'm gonna shove you up on that stage.
No. I think it's your turn.
Oh no. Nobody wants to see
I
this
think you need to do the wobble.
Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble.
No,
With
and I think
Star-Lord.
you need to not bring that up again. It had died. It had died.
It didn't die.
Cutting that.
Got some money to burn? Let's talk about merchandise. Oh, boy. Loungefly has released a brand new collection of mini purses. This collection features a mini backpack and a zip-around wallet.
And you're not saying mini as in small.
Yes, tiny. Mini. Yeah, I should clarify.
Mini
Good job.
Mouse, mini,
Mini, tiny.
not Minnie Mouse.
No.
You sure?
Yeah. If I'll say mini, I'll make sure that I break the double N in the middle. Mini.
Okay.
So you can distinguish.
I'm going to hold you to
which I'm
that.
saying. It features an all-over print of cute mini renderings of characters and icons representing attractions, including Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, Orange Bird, Hatbox Ghost, It's a Small World, and the Mad Tea Party.
Who's Orange Bird? Is that from Up?
You want the official answer on who Orange Bird is? Orange Bird is a character created by Disney for the Florida Citrus Commission as a mascot and has been a prominently featured character in Magic Kingdom's Adventureland at Sunshine Tree Terrace, located near the Tiki Room.
Huh. I am not familiar with that one.
That would be the Orange Bird.
The Hatbox Ghost, I am.
Hatbox Ghost.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Along with those bags, you can also get a special edition Ray-Ban featuring Mickey Mouse.
Can you get mini Ray-Bans?
Minnie Mouse.
For babies?
For babies. Oh, you would like some tiny
Yes.
sunglasses.
I did not pause in
Mini.
between.
Gotcha. Speaking of babies, that's a great segue.
Thank you.
You can get these really adorable baby clothing sets at Big Top Circus. These sets are available in the Dumbo variety, and also It's a Small World. And by Dumbo, I don't mean big.
No, that's Jumbo. Jumbo, Kate.
Jumbo.
They're available in Dumbo, but that's not very nice because that's not a very nice
They're
word.
available featuring Dumbo.
There you go.
And it's the ride, It's a Small World. They are listed at $49.99 and include a blanket, bodysuit, shirt, and headband.
$49.99.
I'm hungry. Let's talk dining. Last week we talked about the Three Bridges Bar and Grill at Coronado Springs, and this week we got a more in-depth look into the restaurant. It looks really cool. It's an open-air concept that features a lot of fire pits around the restaurant. It's located in the middle of the lake that surrounds Coronado Springs, and it's on an island, what they're calling Villa del Lago. And they're describing it as a mirage-like island of one-story buildings. The Three Bridges Bar and Grill is the main feature on this island, along with the Palm Court and the Art Garden Court. And these two things will accommodate big groups of up to 40 and 50, which makes sense because Coronado Springs is known for its conference center. In the world of transportation,
Please stand clear of the doors.
if you need a free souvenir, guess what? There are free transportation trading cards being handed out on many different modes of transportation at Disney. If you ride a bus, a monorail, a tram, or a boat, you can ask your driver for a free trading card for this series. So if your kids want a souvenir,
No, I think you and I have to do this.
just
Can
ask.
I have a trading card?
Listen, we're big fans of the transportation here.
I have a trading card.
And the cards will contain fun facts about the transportation at Disney.
Oh, I can only imagine the fun facts.
I don't think this includes the minivans.
I'm sorry?
The minivans.
No, I believe they are minivans.
Tiny vans.
Yeah, they're tiny.
No, they're minivans.
I think they are.
Let's go to a galaxy far, far away. A reminder to you all about what is permitted in terms of costumes and attire in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. This is coming out of Disneyland, all of this, all of what we're about to say, because they do have some strict rules about what you can and cannot wear in the land. To me, it feels like it's a very vague line about what you can and cannot wear, but why don't you just give us your opinions after you hear what we're going to say.
Okay.
Not permitted. Here's what's not permitted. You cannot wear robes or military-style attire.
Shocking.
You cannot wear masks, face paint, elaborate headwear, blasters or holsters or hard items such as body armor, helmets, or knee pads.
File this under common sense.
You cannot wear full character suits. What's interesting to note is what you can wear, because this is where the line gets kind of marred a little bit. So what you are allowed to wear, anything that falls under the category of bounding. So Disney bounding is... Bounding?
Bounding. Not binding.
Not binding. Don't tie
bondage.
up guests.
Okay.
Bounding. This is when you wear traditional clothing items that, when worn together, suggests that you're paying tribute to a Star Wars character. So you're allowed to do that, and this is where I get kind of like, oh, this is going to be gray area. Okay. You can wear anything that looks like it's from the world of Batuu.
But not a robe. So you can wear outfits inspired by the villagers of Batuu, which would include muted tones, vests, and layers, and other things. So I'm going to show Patrick a picture of what's permitted. Look, everybody.
And that those look like costumes, do they not?
They do, and the third one looks like a robe to
right?
me.
Okay, that's my point. Mm-hmm. And here's what's not permitted. I'm going to show him the same picture. It's going to be more obvious because you can't dress up like Chewbacca, or just be careful when you go, because if you are dressed inappropriately, you're not going to be allowed into the land.
So here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Anywhere on there does it mention Princess Leia slave costumes?
It does not.
Well, guess what you're wearing to the park?
I think that's considered an actual costume, though. So I could Disney bound. I could wear regular clothing that suggests the image of Princess Leia.
All right.
Or you could. I mean, why would I limit you?
I have lost some weight.
Let's head over to Disney Springs. Going back to Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar, you can now order something called the Temple of Bacon. This is a new dessert, which is $13, featuring thick-cut applewood bacon dipped in milk and chipotle ganache from the ganachery.
We call that the heart attack?
It looks very good. I think we might have to try that when we go. We love that bar. We're going to talk about that in our main segment in a few minutes. And last but not least, if you have young kids that love to cook, good news, you can take them now to Terralina in Disney Springs on Saturday, June 29th, and they can make their own pizza. This is $25 per person for the ages 5 to 12. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we are going to chat about the best bars in all of Disney World, the best cocktails, the best beer, the best wine. We're going to give you our top list of the bars to hit up the next time you go down to Disney, so stay tuned.
Hey, my name's Paul, and I'm not an animal expert.
I'm Donna, and I'm not an animal expert either.
And together we do a podcast about animals called Varmints.
Every week we pick an animal, do a bunch of research on it, and bring you some interesting facts about that animal.
But we don't stop there. We talk about that animal in movies, TV, and other pop culture.
And we talk about whether or not that animal would make a tasty dish, and how intelligent we think it is on the scale of 1 to 10.
It's exactly like one of those fancy PBS nature documentaries.
Except with more poo jokes.
New episodes go live every Thursday wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
Or you can visit us at blazingcariboustudios.com.
Varmints! Varmints!
And we are back from our mini break.
I'm sorry.
Tiny break. And we are on to our main topic, bar tours. So we're going to chat about the best bars in all of Disney World. And sadly, I have not made it to all of these places, but that just gives me a challenge for the next time.
Well, and we're not big bar people. We're not. We've never been. We're not big bar people.
I enjoy a well-crafted beverage.
Yes, but you're not somebody who just goes from bar to bar every night.
No. Oh, God, no. I'm in bed by 9.
Oh, is that you?
Because I've just gone so hard at the bars that I fall asleep. No, I really do enjoy like a nice glass of wine, a well-crafted draft.
A gin and tonic.
A gin and tonic, which is influenced by my mother. But I'm super stoked now to go check out some of the places that I researched for this week's episode because just of the whole experience. Because again, with Disney, it's not just going to get a drink. You're experiencing a whole world when you go to some of these bars, as you will come to find out.
And the first one we're going to talk about, we actually led into before this. It's Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar. And that's relatively new.
Relatively new the past, I would say, 2 or 3 years. This is one of my favorite places in all of Disney World to go. Partially for the view, because if you sit on the deck outside, you can watch. There's so much people watching that you can do. You can look out onto the lake. You can watch the amphicars over at the boathouse being launched. There's a lovely breeze. You can see all of the lagoon there. You can see into Saratoga Springs. It's just a wonderful way to spend an afternoon.
And for those of you who don't know, who's Jock Lindsay?
So Jock Lindsay was Indiana Jones's former sidekick pilot, and the whole bar is themed after a 1940s airplane hangar. So it's got food and drink also that go along with that theme, and they'll feature time and time again food and drink that's tied into movies, not just Indiana Jones. I think for Ant-Man and the Wasp they had special things too. There's so much fun stuff to try here. They have things like the Fountain of Youth, Pancho's Margarita, the Scottish Professor. They have flatbreads, spiced shrimp, smoked bacon. I mean, they have a lot of really cool small plates in case you want to go and have a happy hour beverage and something to kind of whet your appetite with your friends. Again, very well themed. You feel very transported when you're in that bar, and I think it's at the top of my list for bars right now.
We had really nice experiences the last couple times we were there. We met some friends, and it was just a really nice and chill place to hang out.
And good happy hour specials, too.
Yeah.
The second on our list is one that's near and dear to my heart because it's become a tradition for us whenever we go to Epcot. We must stop. I think our first stop when we get to the World Showcase is La Cava del Tequila. And this is if you don't know where it is, it's easy to miss. It's not on the main thoroughfare.
Right.
You have to actually go into the Mexican temple. And once you're inside the temple, it's to the right. And again, you're walking along all of the merchandise stalls, and you need to be able to just stay to the right. This place features flights of tequila, unique margaritas, and Mexican beers. What we like to do is do a tequila flight. Mm-hmm. And one of my fondest memories is making my mother do it when we brought them there a couple of years ago.
That's right.
And their very popular drink, though, that I don't even know if we've tried yet, is La Cava Avocado Margarita, which features tequila, melon liqueur, fresh avocado, agave nectar, and fresh lime juice. It's served frozen with a hibiscus salt rim.
Hibiscus.
I love me some hibiscus. It's great. But also great, although not, well, I guess you could call it a bar, but you can't really sit there because you have to keep moving, is right outside of that, there's a location to get 3 different types of other margaritas. Mm-hmm. And one featured like peppercorn in it. It was really great. So that's like an honorable side mention along with that.
Yeah, that is a very long day for us, and it starts with that.
But we pace ourselves. Like sometimes we don't even buy like drinks for ourselves. We split a drink. We split a snack. Because there's just too much.
Well, you just get tired. I mean,
yeah.
Right, Kate? Remember how you got tired?
Say it. Listen, if you're looking for a place to nap, let me tell you what the best... That's another episode.
Places to nap in Disney.
The American Pavilion in the hall there, right before you know, if the Voices of Liberty are singing, they just kind of lull you to sleep a little bit right there. Also, the Hall of Presidents in Magic Kingdom is a great place to take a nap.
If they're not booing and screaming and cheering. Yes.
Yeah. Our third location on the list is in Animal Kingdom, and that would be the Dawa Bar. This bar is located next to Tusker House. It is an open-air bar, but there is a roof to protect you from the Floridian sun. You can enjoy South African wines, African beer, Tusker lager, and specialty cocktails like Lost on Safari. It's also a great place to people watch or kill time if you have a reservation at Tusker House. Plus, if you need entertainment, the street entertainers in the street, it's very obvious, will entertain you and the kids while taking a short break.
We have not done this bar.
We have been past there, but we have not taken a dedicated stop to enjoy.
We're going to need another
beverage.
Week.
I know, right?
Good Lord.
Here's one that you have not done, but I have done on a recent visit.
What?
This would be the Nomad Lounge, located on the outside of Tiffin's restaurant in the Animal Kingdom. Now, we are going to Tiffin's when we go, and you have no idea what you're in store for, because it is quite possibly the best food on the entire Disney World property.
What?
Yes. It is a double credit restaurant. But you don't have to go to Tiffin's to be able to access the Nomad Lounge. This is a great location. It is very close to Pandora, the world of Avatar. And you can go to the Nomad Lounge, and it has a wonderful open-air deck, which is covered by mosquito nets in case it is rather buggy that night. And there's a little creek that you sit above. Cool. So it's really beautiful. The cocktails here are awesome. They are also themed along with a travel theme. They have such libations as the Snow Leopard Salvation, which features Snow Leopard vodka, Belle de Brillette pear liqueur, mint and lime juice topped with ginger beer.
Ginger?
Sounds almost like a Moscow Mule.
It kind of does.
Yeah. Here is a bar that I am way more excited about trying after researching it for this episode, and that would be Trader Sam's Grog Grotto in the Polynesian Resort.
I am so proud that you got all that out.
That's a lot.
Trader Sam's Grog Grotto.
Say that 5 times fast.
No, I can't say it once slow.
Nor when you've had a drink. Be
That's
even
even
tougher.
better.
So this is,
I'm sorry, what land is this in?
This is not a land. This is located in the Polynesian Resort.
Oh.
And this is kind of tucked away. It's not in the main lobby area, but there's plenty in this bar to keep you entertained. So the bar is named after Trader Sam, who, if you remember from Jungle Cruise in the Magic Kingdom, he is the legendary headhunter. He's the salesman who offers you a deal at the end of the ride, 2 of his heads for 1 of yours. So this is themed after him.
I get it.
Everybody is welcome before 8 p.m., but after 8, you must be 21 to enter.
And we are.
So it's a little exclusive. They have such drinks as the spiky pineapple drink, the shrunken head zombie, and this is my favorite, the tiki rum.
Cool.
Get it?
Yep.
Now, here's the part that's really cool. If you order certain drinks at this restaurant, you will make the restaurant come alive.
All right.
So, if you order the Krakatoa Punch, you'll see a volcanic eruption happen somewhere in the restaurant. If you order the Uh-Oh, you'll awaken the tiki goddess Uh-Oa. If you order the Nautilus, the entire bar gets bathed in blue light, and there is an announcement pulled from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea of dive, dive, and your server swims over to you to deliver the drink, which is served in a submarine-shaped cup.
Huh.
Yeah, and most of these ones that I've mentioned that do things, they're like $30. But they're made to be shared between 2 and 3 people, so you wouldn't be wasting your money.
Huh.
I think we have to do one of those.
Okay.
Yeah. Also on our list today, Raglan Road.
Yay, it's my favorite.
Is it your favorite?
I love Raglan Road.
Do you? You have fond memories because your girls did some Irish dancing and
Yeah, we had a friend that we met there a couple times whose brother works there, and
yeah, it's a lively environment. Don't get me wrong. If you want a quiet pub, this is not for you.
No.
Because it's very noisy and it features Irish music and dancing on the center stage in the middle of the restaurant.
That's right.
Along with that, you can try Irish, European, and American beers, including local and craft varieties. You can get a beer flight, and if you like whiskey and bourbon, they have great specialty drinks like the Blood Orange Bourbon, which includes Bullet Bourbon, Nolitz Gin, and San Pellegrino Blood Orange. The California Grill Lounge, one I've never gotten to, this is located on the 15th floor of the Contemporary Resort, and it has amazing views of the Magic Kingdom Park. You can see the fireworks, and they have a fantastic lounge meal. The thing is, if you sit in the lounge, you can still order off the restaurant's main menu. This is a very hard reservation to get, so if you can't get a reservation, this may be a great second choice.
Okay.
They have such drinks as the Santa Monica Cider. They also have something called the Monte Rey, which is Mount Gay rum, pineapple juice, and liquor 43 with a splash of sweet and sour.
That sounds wonderful.
Mm-hmm. This is one that we actually visited but did not order a drink in. This would be the Abracadabar, located over at Boardwalk Inn.
So proud of you.
Thank
I could
you.
never say these things.
This is why I'm announcing them. Now, this is a very small pub. This is a very small bar. And it's entirely themed around magic, which you know I love magic.
Oh, I know. You adore magic.
Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah. Nothing magical happens here like it does at Trader Sam's, but they have really neat themed drinks called the Magic Hatton, the Parlor Trick, and the Sour Assistant. They also have one called Pepper's Ghost, which includes pineapple vodka and habanero lime.
You had me at Sour Assistant because I love
sours.
sour.
You do
Oh,
like
I
sours.
love sours.
How about you do the last one, number 9? What's number 9, Patrick?
Number 9. Number 9 is the Baseline Tap House.
And
That's what it is. It's baseline.
This is the baseline.
It
not
is
baseball.
baseline. And I'm really happy you gave me this one because in the previous ones, you give all these like descriptive things of what land, where it is, what land it is. I'm going to read for you what it says.
Yeah.
Flights available along with wine and cocktails. And the letter B is small plates. That was what you gave me to read?
You know what?
I don't know where it is.
Going into this, I didn't think that I was going to let you talk at all, but now that I have.
Baseline Tap House.
This is at
you can get drinks there, and there are small plates.
That's it. This is at Hollywood Studios. This was a recent addition that when we were there last April, we came upon this. It is located very close to an entrance for Galaxy's Edge, which is obviously not open yet. But it's just it's a really classy addition to that park. I personally think that the hottest park to visit in terms of temperature is always Hollywood Studios because there's not much shade. You're walking through the streets. I always feel like the sun is the hottest there. I don't know why, but it's really nice to sit down with a flight of beer, and the beer is really good. We've done this several times. And then if you just want a nice little nosh.
Never drink.
Yes, we did.
Maybe we did.
Yes, we did. You can't deny it any longer. So what are your favorite bars? Which ones have the best happy hour specials? Share your thoughts on our Facebook page, Twitter, or Instagram. You can find us on all 3 places at Earful Pod. And remember, if you need travel assistance with your next Disney World vacation, I can help. 2020 packages are going live on Tuesday, June 18th. As a certified Disney consultant with the Vacationeer Travel Agency, I can help you with every aspect of your trip for free. Fast pass planning, dining reservations, and airport transportation, I can help you with it all. For more information, please find Disney Vacations by Kate on Facebook or find me on Twitter at VacationeerKate. Patrick, anything else you want to add?
I can't help you at all. Don't contact me. I am of
Don't
no
look
use.
For Patrick.
I don't drink in the bars. I can't
things.
read words.
But you are delightful.
Ugh.
Happy Father's Day.
Well, thank you.
You're a great dad.
Yeah. Thanks.
You're welcome. Please join us for next week's show for episode 4 of Earful. Bye-bye.